Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for the August 17th, 2015 edition of WWE Monday Night Raw. And tonight, this is and was the final Raw before SummerSlam 2015, a show that I will be in attendance at. Did the WWE do enough tonight to get us hyped, to get us excited for SummerSlam this Sunday in less than 6 days? Well, that's why you're tuned in. I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on what I've thought of tonight's episode of Raw. So, to kick things off on this final Raw before SummerSlam, how do we start? With an authority promo, of course. Come on, you knew that, right? So we started with an authority promo. Triple H and Stephanie came down to the ring, smooching on the lips and all that good crap, and they run through the card. They say Undertaker Brock Lesnar is happening, Cena Rollins, and the Wyatt family versus Reigns and Ambrose. And they also announced that Jon Stewart will be hosting SummerSlam, which I'm actually looking forward to. So that was the opening. Not really much to say. Moving on, we had Randy Orton make his way to the ring for the first match of the night. We had Randy Orton and Cesaro teaming up to take on the team of Sheamus and Kevin Owens. Overall, this was a pretty good tag match. Good way to kick off the in-ring portion tonight for Monday Night Raw. Like I said, good back and forth action. Cesaro once again very over with the crowd. The Cesaro section was in full swing tonight. Cesaro just looked very good, hitting a lot of those uppercuts. Every time he hits them, I go crazy because Cesaro is the man. He's a freak of nature, strong, and eventually, the match is going along, and we see that Cesaro tries to put Sheamus in for the swing. But Sheamus eventually is able to get to the ropes. He takes Cesaro down with a tilt-a-whirl slam. He heads up to the top rope, but he dives right into Cesaro's uppercut. It was very nice, very nice. And Orton is able to hit the DDT to Sheamus on the ropes. And surprisingly, Orton beats Sheamus with the RKO. So Sheamus has been on a little bit of a losing streak. He's kind of forgettable as Mr. Money in the Bank. Not really looking forward to... they also announced tonight Randy Orton versus Sheamus. So I don't really care about that match. But it's announced for SummerSlam, so there you go. After the break, we have a promo from The Undertaker, the dead man. It's great to see. He said, "Brock, I'm coming for you. You better get ready for me, and you will rest. You will never rest in peace." So, short, sweet, to the point. Set up for later on in the night when The Undertaker would confront Brock Lesnar. But we're going to get to that later. Let's go to the next part. We had a little backstage promo between Ambrose and the Authority. Ambrose said he is one of the all-time greats. Rollins and the Authority, the WWE champion. And Rollins said, "Oh, I'm so great that I should be considered in the same class as Bruno Sammartino, Andre the Giant, the Ultimate Warrior, and I'm so freaking great that you should build me a statue." And they're like, "Well, if you could beat John Cena, then we just might." So we had that. Then out came Dean Ambrose to be on commentary for his match against... To be on commentary to watch Roman Reigns take on Luke Harper in a rematch from SmackDown. And this was actually a very good... I enjoyed this match. I think Harper and Reigns work very well together. They have good chemistry in the ring. And like I said, very hard-hitting, very physical match, And Wyatt was also at ringside. Ambrose actually took the chair from Byron Saxton, and gave it to Wyatt, and Wyatt sat at ringside. So that was interesting. Like I said, some good spots back and forth. Reigns eventually, trying to mount and make that comeback. And eventually Reigns was able to get the win with the Superman punch and a nice looking spear. And afterwards, Wyatt went into the ring to console Luke Harper and said, "Follow the buzzards." So after that, we get, a decent match between Becky Lynch and Tamina. Becky's first ever singles match on Raw. And, for what it was, it was enjoyable. If they had a little bit more time, I'm sure it could have been better. But for what it was, it's nice seeing the women get time, promo time, 2 matches on Raw. It's good to see. We're making progress in the Divas Revolution. And we'll get to something that bothered me tonight as well. But Becky's able to lock in the disarmer for the win. I'm glad Becky won. Love Becky Lynch. Love all the NXT girls. But Becky's pretty good. She's growing on me over time. Then we had Rusev versus Mark Henry. The match was nothing. That's not what you care about. What you want to know is what happened after the match. So after the match, Lana, gets in the ring and she's like, "Come on, Summer, let's go, bitch," pretty much. And Summer's like, "Really?" So then Summer goes in the ring. And Lana lays in this slap to Summer Rae and knocks her silly. It was freaking great. And she's like, "Rusev, come on, get in the ring." Rusev's like, "Really? What?" So Rusev gets in the ring. Wouldn't you know it, Dolph Ziggler returns. And he gets a great reaction. Dolph comes running down to the ring to make the save for Lana. And he's whooping ass, kicking Rusev, punching him left and right. Eventually he hits Rusev with a super kick, and he hits a huge DDT on Rusev. And it was just great. It really was. So it was great to see Dolph Ziggler back. And afterwards, in the backstage promo, it was made official. Rusev will be taking on Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. Nice addition to the undercard match. I look forward to that match. Then we had Ryback defeat The Miz. Pretty quick match. Miz ran his mouth before. Don't like The Miz. Can't stand The Miz. But, like I said, match was what it was. And afterwards, Ryback said, "Big Show, get your big ass in here." Show said no. No, I'm not doing it. So Show walked away. So, yeah. That was that. Then we had the title for title. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Contract signing to make the match official at SummerSlam. And Seth Rollins freaking trash talks Cena. He's building up. He says, "John, we're sick of you. You're a disease." And Seth Rollins is the cure. And then Cena comes out. And then Cena cuts, what I thought was actually a pretty good promo. And he said, "What's going to make you really mad is when, it's going to piss you off too, Triple H, is when I, John Cena, become the 16-time world champion, breaking Ric Flair's record." And that really bothered Seth Rollins and Hunter. So it'll be interesting to see if Triple H gets involved in this match to protect his friend. Ric Flair was his mentor. His record. So it was a good segment. It really got me pumped for the match on Sunday. A lot more than I thought I was going to be. After the match, we had the PTP and Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadors and New Day. Wasn't really much at all. Like I said, your winners were the Primetime Players and Lucha Dragons. Fast match. A little too fast paced. Couldn't really keep up with it. And then moving on, we had Sasha Banks versus Nikki Bella. And this, I know it's not official, but technically the women main evented tonight on Raw. Because this was the last match on the show. Because up next after this was Taker and Lesnar. So it's not a true main event, but we're getting close. And hopefully eventually the women will finally be able to main event a Monday Night Raw. It's coming. It's only a matter of time because the Divas Revolution, the women's revolution, is happening in WWE, and it's a great thing to see. The match I thought was alright. It was pretty good for what it was. Like I said, Nikki and Sasha with some back and forth. It was great. It was great seeing Sasha drive both those knees for Nikki, nailing her, hitting her down. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of the boss, Sasha Banks. She is awesome. And I also look forward to her defending the title, the NXT Women's Championship, against Bayley this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We'll get to my thoughts on that in my NXT TakeOver Brooklyn preview video. So like I said, some back and forth. Nikki looks like she's hitting her signature moves. She hits the Alabama Slam for a 2 count. She hits a forearm and tries to set up for the rack tap. Naomi gets up, provides a distraction, and Sasha locks in the bank statement and actually makes Nikki Bella tap out. So that is interesting. Charlotte made Nikki Bella tap out. And now Sasha did the same. So I'm getting back to what I said. What bothered me tonight was when the crowd was chanting, "We want Lesnar," during this match. And I thought the match was actually going pretty good. And I felt it was disrespectful. I'm really surprised they did that. So they must have thought otherwise. Like I said, I would have shown more respect to the women in the ring. But moving on from that, I'm glad to see Sasha Banks tap out Nikki Bella. That was good to see. And then finally, our last segment of the evening, we had Paul Heyman come out to the ring, and you know why he was here for. It was the homecoming for Brock Lesnar. Yes, Brock Lesnar is from Minnesota, where Raw is being held tonight. They had confetti, they had streamers. It was a big celebration, and Heyman's going on and on about what Brock is going to do to The Undertaker at SummerSlam this Sunday. Wouldn't you know it, the gong hits. I go crazy. I'm like, oh shit, here comes The Undertaker. But no. Heyman's like, is that all you got? Is that your old Jedi mind tricks, you Obi-Wan Kenobi? And then Heyman keeps talking, and he keeps talking, and he keeps talking. And then the gong hits again, and this time The Undertaker is in the ring, and he hits Brock Lesnar with a low blow and gets booed. You heard me right, folks. The Undertaker was booed tonight on Raw. I do not remember the last time The Undertaker was booed. If somebody could tell me, that would be great. But I don't remember the last time The Undertaker had got a reaction like that. So Lesnar was clearly the face tonight. And Taker eventually hits this massive chokeslam on Lesnar. And he also hits the Tombstone Piledriver. Heyman's just stunned. He's shocked. What just happened? I can't believe it. And that's how we end the show tonight. And Taker walks up to the ring and he raises his hand. And like I said, it was an interesting dynamic. I enjoyed the way the show ended. Overall, the rating I give for this week's show, I have to think about it for a second. C+. I'm giving tonight's show a C+. It was average. It was good for what it was. Wish it was a little bit better, but it was definitely better than last week's show, so that's an important thing. And thank you once again, everyone, for joining me for tonight's Raw review. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a heads up to content coming to this channel this week. Very big week with SummerSlam fast approaching. As most of you know, I will be making the journey to New York City on Saturday. I'll be attending NXT TakeOver. And I will be at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. So, I will have my NXT review come Wednesday. Thursday, I will be doing an NXT TakeOver preview and a SummerSlam preview as well. Trying to do a video collaboration with Generic Luchador. Check his channel out. Very good. Trying to set something up. Maybe he'll join me for those for the preview videos. We'll have to see. And then I will try and give reviews the day of, no guarantees because it'd be so crazy being up there, of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and SummerSlam. So be on the lookout for all that. We got huge content coming up this week, hoping to really grow the channel. And thank you for everyone that is watching these videos. Thank you. I really appreciate it, because without you, this channel would be nothing. It's all about you, the subscribers. So if you like what you saw, please click that subscribe button. And as always, take it easy and peace.